The chlorophyll complex always has chlorophyll and 4 carotenoids that come with it in the red, yellow, and orange spectrum, the repair and anti-inflammatory spectrum. I'm David Wolf, and I'm here to tell you about what got me here.
This is David Wolf, raw food enthusiast, nutrition expert.
I've really had a passion for it for almost 25 years. One of the first things that I did here at Noniland was to get some interesting seeds of trees and plants I wanted to grow, and that's going back almost 14 years now. Welcome, I'm David Avocado Wolf. Let's take a look. This is one of those trees right here, Pau d'Arco, Lapacho. And this tree right here was sprouted about 12 years ago, and it was stunted, it had a tough time, but it made it, and now it's getting up there. And if you take a look, you can see it's leaning a bit, but it's got quite a bit of foliage. The part of this tree that you consume, the thing that's food about it, is actually the bark. And you can see it's just starting to get the splitting here. When that splitting starts occurring, then the tree's getting ready for harvesting, which means I can peel out sections of this bark and we can use it in tea, we can use it in tinctures, we can use it pretty much in any, if I want to make a soap out of it, any kind of body care. It's an antifungal, and it's one of the most powerful antifungals going. It's kind of like a trap in the sense that it's sweet, it tastes good. You can eat this bark and be like, geez, it actually tastes good. It's kind of like cinnamon. Cinnamon's a tree bark, so is Pau d'Arco. But it's kind of like a trap because the sugar is mimicked. It's not a real sugar. It has a sweetness, but the fungus goes for the sweetness and then it feels its doom under the Pau d'Arco. These can last 1,000 years in the jungle without rotting. That's something to consider because they're resistant to medicinal mushrooms or fungus. They stop it. And this tree will last, could be hundreds of years, we'll see. This is one of the most exquisite adaptogens of all time. See, the bees, our Noniland bees, are extracting the nectar from these flowers. The flowers are absolutely delicious from this most exquisite plant, loaded in terps, loaded in terpenes. This is holy basil, and this is one of the most prolific plants here at Noniland. It loves it here. Every day, I'm gonna fast, so I'm not gonna eat that flower. Every day, this plant is producing enormous colas of flowers that is just strict nourishment for these bees. They prefer it. It's probably their favorite, maybe other than coconut palm or palm flower. This is what they love. The power of this leaf, which is the edible part, actually the whole plant's edible, but this is the main edible part. The power of this leaf is as a super adaptogen. It is probably the top adaptogen in the world. We like to make holy basil pestos. It is a basil, as they like to say in the UK. It is actually in the family. It's kind of the queen of the family of the basils. And when you get to this one, then you develop that super adaptogenic property. So if your immune system's too low, it brings it up. If it's too high, autoimmune, it brings it back down. You're one day sedentary, the next day you're up and running. This is the kind of thing that you want to take every day. And in Vedic civilization, this is why they planted at least one of these in front of every house, so that you'd be reminded every single day walking out of the house to eat from its magical properties. One more thing I want to say is that this plant, being a chlorophyll-rich plant, also has that entire other side with the chlorophyll and the carotenoids and all the other amazing things that we get from green plants. The chlorophyll complex always has chlorophyll and 4 carotenoids that come with it in the red, yellow, and orange spectrum, the repair and anti-inflammatory spectrum. This is holy basil, and we're at Noniland. Success is persistence. I will persist until I succeed. I will never consider defeat. I will remove from my vocabulary such words as quit, cannot, unable, impossible, hopeless, and retreat. For those are the words of fools. I will persist until I succeed.